Welcome back to the channel, everybody. As always, I'm your host, Ricky Green, here from Tide Talk Sports, and you're watching the Alabama Football News and Rumors channel on YouTube, presented by Chat Sports. Look, we have got some big time stuff coming up here real soon, and you're not going to want to miss a single minute of it. If you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, I don't know what you're waiting on. Before we get into today's episode, I want you to hit that button for me right now and help us reach our goal of 10,000 subscribers here on our YouTube channel. Won't ramble on anymore. We'll get right in to today's National Signing Day episode of Tide Talk right now. All right, so the University of Alabama's 2021 class is the highest rated recruiting class of all time. That's right. We're talking about true and real GOAT status for this 2021 class. Nick Saban and the staff at the University of Alabama did a fantastic job. The most deep and talented class that I've ever personally witnessed from top to bottom. And really, I'm excited as I can be about the potential that these young men have coming into Alabama and keeping this dynasty rolling right along. All right, let's start out today's episode of Tide Talk with a question for our viewers. We introed kind of this last section talking about how this was the greatest class of all time, and I want to ask a question about exactly that. Do you believe this class will be beaten anytime in the next 5 years? Give me a Y for yes or an N for no down in that comment section. I'll pin this down that way, and I can't wait to see what everyone thinks about that. All right, moving right along here. Just a big-time day for University of Alabama football fans. An exciting day, no doubt. This class was pretty much all wrapped up by the early signing period. 24 commitments at that point, 24 signatures. And we got a commitment shortly after from five-star running back Camar Wheaton. And that situation is all wrapped up now. Pen has been put to paper, and Camar Wheaton has officially signed his letter of intent with the University of Alabama. And that really only leaves one more name for the Alabama Crimson Tide coaching staff to check off. And we're talking about Terrion Arnold, who is set to announce his commitment this afternoon at 4 o'clock Central Time. Don't miss it. Alabama fans, I'm pretty sure you're going to want to watch this one go down. All right, before we get all into that Terrion Arnold stuff, though, I want to take a minute and just talk about the situation here with the Camar Wheaton recruitment, how it kind of went down over the past week, and really just show some love to Coach Robert Gillespie and his ability as a recruiter. He came in and immediately identified the fact that Camar Wheaton was the most important thing that he needed to focus on. DeMarco Murray, the running backs coach for the Oklahoma Sooners, really made a great effort, a big push recently to flip Camar Wheaton, but Coach Gillespie was able to come in, immediately begin to build that bond and that relationship with Camar Wheaton, and was able to hold on to Camar and get him to sign this morning with the University of Alabama. Coach Gillespie, hats off to you, my man. Great job. Really excited about what you and Coach Jay Graham can do. Not just you two guys, the rest of the Alabama coaching staff. I think this 2022 class, though it may not be as highly rated as this 21 class was, that's going to be hard to do. But I believe that this new staff is going to knock it out of the park. We have reloaded with elite recruiters at the University of Alabama, and Coach Nick Saban is the GOAT for that reason. Adapt or die in this business, and Coach Nick Saban continues to adapt, continues to add elite members to his coaching staff, and this Crimson Tide dynasty isn't going anywhere anytime soon, and I can guarantee you that just as surely as the Tide will roll. All right, let's shift our focus over to this upcoming announcement by Terrion Arnold. 4 o'clock Central Time today. Make sure you tune in and check that out. Terrion Arnold is set to announce his commitment, and he will choose between the University of Alabama, the University of Georgia, and the University of Florida. At this point in time, all the information that I've gathered, I believe that it is a two-man race right down to the finish for Terrion Arnold's commitment, Alabama and the University of Georgia. Unfortunately for Georgia fans, though, I believe it's too little too late for Kirby Smart and the staff over in Athens. I believe and have stood by my much earlier prediction for Terrion Arnold to Alabama. A lot of other analysts were changing. Oh, it might be Florida now. Oh, it might be Georgia. We don't get down that way here on our YouTube channel. We keep it 8 more than 92, and we're either really, really wrong or really, really right. And I still feel good about lunchtime today about our prediction for Terrion Arnold. I believe he will commit to Alabama here in just a few short hours, sign that letter of intent, and head on down to Tuscaloosa and start preparing to play that boundary corner spot for Nick Saban and the Alabama Crimson Tide. And I think that is one of the biggest things here for Nick Saban in the recruitment of Terrion Arnold. I was told earlier this morning that Alabama is going to allow Terrion to start out as a cornerback out on the boundary, and that is really what Terrion Arnold is wanting to do. A lot of other schools that were recruiting Terrion were kind of looking at him, I guess, as a safety type. No doubt about it, though, the kid is talented enough to play any spot in the defensive backfield. And I've said it before, I'll say it again, this young man is an athletic freak. In my opinion, he is the most athletic defensive back prospect in the entire nation for the 2021 class. And I think that if he chooses Alabama and Nick Saban gives him an opportunity to man that boundary corner spot, he will do a fantastic job there. I don't see anything but good things coming for Terrion Arnold, regardless of where he chooses to go to college. Not going to flex, though. I sure do hope he rolls with the Tide this afternoon. Got a National Signing Day wrap-up video in the works for you all that we will drop this evening. Really, really appreciate each and every one of you. And before we start to wrap up, I just want to tell you all that we have some big things coming over at TideTalkSports.com. The website is being completely redesigned. I believe that our fans that follow us are the absolute best in the world, and I believe that you all deserve the best, and we're trying to give you just that. So we're upgrading the site, some really exciting things going on here on our YouTube channel as well, and we can't wait to see what 2021 has for the Alabama Football News and Rumors channel and for TideTalkSports.com. Thank you so much for joining me in this midday episode here on National Signing Day. I'm Ricky Green for the Alabama Football News and Rumors channel on YouTube, presented by Chat Sports. We'll see you next time. Roll Tide.